Hello friends, welcome to UGPG Mathematics. In this video, I am going to solve some questions from BHU entrance exam which was held in 2019. So let us start the video. The question is, which one of the following option is not correct? The first option is f of z is equal to z cube is analytic for any point z. F of z is equal to sin z bar is analytic for any point z. The third option is f of z is equal to z bar is not analytic for any point z. And the fourth option is f of z is equal to e raised to z bar is not analytic at any point z. Now, at any point z means this f is analytic for all z. Now, the domain is not given, so the domain is just set of all complex number C. So this is the meaning of any point z. Now, just note that analytic means, suppose this f is a function from C to C, set of all complex number to complex numbers, then this f is analytic on the domain which is C here if and only if the partial derivatives, let me denote this f by u plus iv, where u is real part of f, v is imaginary part of f, if and only if these partial derivatives ux, uy, vx and vy are continuous on C and the Cauchy-Riemann equations, that is CR equations, are satisfied. So what are the CR equations? It is just ux is equal to vy and uy is equal to minus vx. This is satisfied for all xy, x comma y means it is equal to z in C. Right. So if this condition is satisfied by our f, then we call this f is analytic on the domain C, set of all complex numbers. Now let us just look at the first option. This first option says that this f of z is equal to z cube is analytic for any point z. Now clearly we know that any polynomial is analytic and this z cube is a polynomial, so it is analytic on the set of all complex numbers. So it is analytic for any point z. So this is correct. But the question is about which is not correct. So let us go for second option. Now second option says that this f of z is equal to sine of z bar is analytic for any point z. So let us check this function. So f of z is equal to sine of z bar. Now for any point z is equal to x plus iy, what is z bar? It is just sine of z bar is x minus iy, right? Now you apply the formula for sine of a minus b. This is same as sine a cos b minus cos a and sine b into sine b, right? So I have expansion is equal to this, but how to get this f in the form of u plus iv? Now there is no term I, it is not here or not here, so let us just simplify this cos iy and sine iy. So this is equal to sine x as it is. Now just note that this cos of iy is equal to, just recall that this cos of theta is equal to e raised to theta I theta plus e raised to minus I theta whole thing divided by 2. So now I want cos of iy. So put theta is equal to iy. So e raised to I into iy plus e raised to I into minus I into iy divided by 2. Right. Now let's simplify this. So I into I is I square, which is minus 1. So it is minus 1 times y, which is minus y, plus I square is minus 1, minus of minus 1 is plus 1, into y is just y. So it is e raised to y by 2. And now this is same as cos hyperbolic of y. This is the definition of cos hyperbolic of y. Now similarly we have the formula for, so cos of iy is just equal to cos hyperbolic of y minus cos x as it is. Now similarly we will find out the value of sine of iy. So just recall that sine of theta for any theta is equal to e raised to I theta minus e raised to minus of I theta divided by 2i. So you replace this theta by iy, we get sine of iy is equal to, now theta is equal to iy minus e raised to minus I times iy divided by 2i. Now let us simplify this. So this is just equal to e raised to I square into y is minus y minus e raised to, now this is minus I square, so it is 1 into y is just y divided by 2i. Right. Now you just multiply and divide by I, you will get this is I into e raised to minus y minus e raised to y divided by 2 into this I into I is I square. Right. Now let us just simplify this. So this is just equal to I into, now just note that I square is minus 1. So this is just equal to minus 2. Now you multiply this here. So it is I into e raised to y minus e raised to minus y divided by 2. Right. So this is just same as I into, now look at this bracket. This is the definition for sine hyperbolic of y. So sine hyperbolic of y. Right. So this is just equal to I times sine hyperbolic y. Right. Now I want that function in the form of u plus iv. So this is just I times this sine of hyperbolic y. So I can take this I here, and now this function is in terms of u plus iv. Right. Here it is I. So here just compare the real and imaginary parts of this function. We get this u is equal to, the real part is this sine x into cos hyperbolic y, and imaginary part is, now this has sign minus, so it is phi is equal to minus cos x into sine hyperbolic y. Right. Now this sine, cos hyperbolic and sine hyperbolic all are continuous, and let us find out the partial derivatives of these functions, because we want these partial derivatives to be continuous and CR equations hold, then we say that this function is analytic on C. So what is the partial derivative of u with respect to x? It is ux is equal to, differentiate this function partially with respect to x. So hide the terms of y as it is. So it is cos hyperbolic y into, you just take the derivative of this with respect to x. So derivative of sin x is cos x. Similarly, what is our uy? Uy is equal to, you just take the partial derivative of this with respect to y. So sin x as it is, derivative of cos y, cos hyperbolic y with respect to y is sin hyperbolic y. Now Vx is, just differentiate this with respect to x. So it is, now derivative of cos x is minus sin x, and this minus into minus is plus. So it is sin x into sin hyperbolic y as it is, and Vy is equal to, differentiate v partially with respect to y. So minus cos x as it is, and derivative of this is cos hyperbolic y. Now these are all continuous because cos hyperbolic and sin hyperbolic are continuous, and hence their product is also continuous. So these partial derivatives are continuous on C. Now let us check the second condition, the CR equations. So CR equations means Ux is equal to Vy and Uy is equal to minus Vx. It must be true for all xy in the complex plane C. So this Ux must be equal to cos x cos hyperbolic y must be equal to minus cos x cos hyperbolic y, and Uy is equal to minus of Vx. So it is sin x sin hyperbolic y must be equal to minus of Vx. So minus of this, minus sin x into sin hyperbolic y, right? So this must be true for all x and y. Then we will say that this function is analytic on C. So let us check whether this is true or not for any xy. So certainly not, because let us take x and y to be take x is equal to pi and y is equal to say 0. Then now just look at this. So cos of pi. So from here, now we know that cos of pi is equal to minus 1, and this cos hyperbolic of 0, y is equal to 0, is just same as, now I have mentioned this cos of y is equal to e raised to y plus e raised to minus y by 2 for any real number y. Now I want it is at 0. So replace y by 0. So this is just cos hyperbolic of 0 is equal to this, right? But we know that e raised to 0 is 1. E raised to minus 0 is also 1 divided by 2. So 2 by 2 is 1. So this cos hyperbolic of y at point y equal to 0 is 1 is equal to, now minus of cos y means minus of cos y, cos pi is minus 1 into cos hyperbolic of 0 is 1. So this says that this is minus 1 into 1 is minus 1, which is equal to plus 1. Clearly this is a contradiction, right? Because minus 1 cannot be equal to 1, and hence these CR equations are not satisfied at this point, right? So this means this function f of z is not analytic at point z is equal to pi. Why? Because this xy equal to pi comma 0 means z is equal to x plus iy. So pi plus I times 0. Now I times 0 is same as 0. So this is just equal to pi, right? So f of z is not analytic at this point, z is equal to pi, and hence this is not true or not correct. And the question is about the statement which is not correct. So this is the answer. But let us see why the other options are true. or other options are correct. So this third option says that the function z bar is not analytic for any point z. So let us just do some calculations for this function f of z. So here f of z is equal to z bar. So z bar is equal to x minus iy. So just compare this with u plus iv. So we get u is equal to x and v is equal to minus y. Right. Now calculate the partial derivatives. So ux is equal to, the derivative of u with respect to x is 1, uy is equal to, derivative of u with respect to y is 0, phi x is equal to 0 and phi is equal to minus 1. Right. Now these 1, 0 and minus 1 are constant functions and hence these are continuous. So this is done. Now let us look at the CR equations. So CR equations means ux is equal to vy. This must be satisfied, but this is just equal to, now ux is equal to 1 and vy is equal to minus 1, and certainly 1 is not equal to minus 1. So these CR equations are not satisfied for any xy in C or for any, so CR equations are not satisfied for any z in C. That means it is not analytic for any point z. Hence this is true. Now similarly look at the function e raised to z bar. So here also we have to write the real part and imaginary parts of these function. So this is just equal to, replace this z bar by x minus iy. So this is clearly e raised to x into e raised to minus iy, right, by the rules of exponent. So this is e raised to x into, now we know that e raised to minus I theta is equal to cos theta minus I times sin theta. So this is just cos y minus I times sin y. So this is equal to e raised to x into cos y minus I into e raised to x into sin y. Right. So compare this with u plus iv. So here u is equal to real part, which is e raised to x into cos y. Phi is equal to the imaginary part, which is minus e raised to x into sin y. And e raised to x, cos y, e raised to x and this sin y are all continuous functions, and hence their product is also continuous, and therefore u and v are continuous. And let us find out the partial derivatives. So here ux is equal to e raised to x cos y as it is, uy is equal to the e raised to x into derivative of cos y is minus sin y, phi x is the derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x, sin y as it is, and vy is equal to the derivative of sin y is minus e raised to x as it is, sin y, derivative of sin y is cos y. And now we want, now I have said this, e raised to x and cos y, sin y all are continuous, hence their product is continuous, and therefore all these partial derivatives are continuous. And let us check these CR equations. So CR equations means ux is equal to vy. So this means we need to check this e raised to x cos y, is this equal to minus e raised to x cos y, and also the second equation is uy is equal to minus of vx. So uy means minus e raised to x sin y is equal to minus of vx. So minus of minus is plus e raised to x into sin y. So is this true? Certainly not for all xy, because if we take the point, say z is equal to say 0 comma pi, which is same as xy is equal to 0 comma pi. So this is just equal to x is 0, y is pi, so z is equal to 0 plus pi I. So this is just equal to z is equal to pi I. Now check these functions at this point. So e raised to 0 is 1, cos of y means cos of pi, cos pi is minus 1, and this is equal to minus of e raised to z 0, which is 1, into this cos of y. So cos of pi is minus 1. So this gives us minus 1 is equal to 1, and this is not true, and therefore this is not true for all x and y. Hence these CR equations are not satisfied at this point. Therefore this function e raised to z bar is not analytic at point pi I, and hence this is also true. Now the question is about the statement which is not correct. So this is the only statement which is not correct, and hence this is the answer. Let us solve another question. The value of integration over c dz upon z square plus 4, where the curve c is defined by modulus of z plus 2i is equal to 1, and the options are I times pi by 2, second is pi by 2, third is minus pi by 2, and fourth is minus I times pi by 2. So let us solve this. So consider this function. So the function is z square plus 4. Now let us find out the points where this function is not analytic. So now this is just a quotient of two analytic functions, namely 1 and z square plus 4, and we know that this function is not analytic whenever the denominator is 0. So whenever z square plus 4 is equal to 0, so this means z square equal to minus 4, and hence z is equal to plus or minus 2i, right? So this function is not analytic at the points z is equal to plus or minus 2i, right? Now we just have to find the points where which are in C. So let us just take this C. So what is our C? C is z plus 2i is equal to 1. Now this is algebraic way to calculate this, and let me just draw this curve. So z is equal to, so mod of z plus 2i is equal to 1, means it is a circle. Now we can write this as minus of minus 2i is equal to 1, right? So in the previous question I have said that this is a circle with center at minus 2i and radius is 1. So this is x, this is y, and now just look at this. So here say it is 0, it is minus I, minus 2i, minus 3i, and so on. Now center is equal to at minus 2i. So this is our center and the radius is 1. So draw a circle of radius 1 and with center is equal to minus 2i. So this is our curve C, right? Now let us just look at the points which are in C. So z is equal to plus 2i. So plus 2i is here, right? So clearly z is equal to 2i is not in the curve C, or it is not inside and on the curve C. So let us check the second point. So second point is minus 2i, and clearly this minus 2i is a center of this circle. So minus 2i is inside the curve C. Now we can also do this using the equation of this curve. So let us fix the point z is equal to say 2i, then calculate the modulus. So z equal to 2i means 2i plus 2i is equal to the modulus of 4i, and which is equal to 4, right? And clearly this is not less than 1, and hence this says that modulus z is equal to 2i is not inside or on the curve C, inside and on the curve C, because this is not less equal 1. Now similarly you check for z is equal to minus 2i. So minus 2i plus 2i is equal to modulus of 0, so which is equal to 0, and clearly this is less than 1, and hence this point lies inside the curve C. So we can just observe that the point minus 2i is inside C, and the point z is equal to 2i is outside C. Now here we just have to consider the curve C for this integration, right? So let us just look at this function. So take integration. So let me write first the function. So it is dz upon z square plus 4. Now I can write this function as z minus 2i into z plus 2i, right? Sorry. Now just look at this. The function is analytic at this point 2i, right? Because the point here, the problematic point z is equal to 2i is outside the curve C is defined by z plus 2i is equal to 1. So clearly this function is analytic at point z is equal to 2i whenever we consider the curve C is equal to this thing. So I can write this function as 1 upon z minus 2i upon z plus 2i, right? Because this function is analytic at z is equal to 2i. So I can write this part here, and the point z is equal to minus 2i is only the problematic point for the function 1 upon z square plus 4 on the curve for the curve C. So, and clearly we can observe that this whole function is not analytic at z is equal to minus 2i, which is inside the curve C. Now just recall the formula, which is called Cauchy's integral formula. So by this, integral of f of z upon z minus a over the curve C dz is equal to 2 pi I times f of a, where this a is a point inside the curve C, and C is the simple closed curve. Now this is something like this, right? Because here our f of z is equal to this function, and this f of z is analytic here. This is analytic inside and on the curve C. So this function f of z is equal to 1 upon z minus 2i is clearly analytic and on and inside the curve C, right? Because the only problematic point for the function f of z is just z is equal to 2i, and clearly that point lies outside the curve C. So this is analytic on and inside the curve C, and the point, now you write this in terms of z minus a. So z minus a is equal to z plus 2i, which is same as z minus of minus 2i. So here our point A is equal to minus 2i and which is inside the curve C, right? So this integration is just equal to 2 pi I. So integration is just equal to 2 pi I times f of z. Integration 1 upon z square plus 4 over C dz is equal to 2 pi I times f of z by the Cauchy's integral formula, where what is this f of z? F of z is equal to the function 1 upon z minus 2i, right? So this is f of a, and this f of a is equal to f of minus 2i. So this is same as, now just put z is equal to minus 2i. So this is just 1 upon minus 4i, minus 2i is minus 4i, and let us put this value. So it is just equal to, this I will get cancelled with this, 2 2s are 4, so it is minus 5 by 2, and hence this third option is the correct option. I hope you like this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like, share and subscribe if you find this useful, and also press that bell icon to get the all updates. Thank you.